Think we're rocking. I think we're rolling. Don't be scrolling. Good morning. What is cooking? Good to see you. I like it. I think we're rocking. Good morning. If you are new here, good to see you. We got some cool stuff to get into. We're going to learn how to get assets that cash flow, walk through all the stuff. Live right now. We go live all the time. If your name is Wet Willie, that's me. If you're new here, good to see you. We're going to cover a lot of ground on asset acquisition, how we go out there, how we buy assets that produce profit, all the good stuff. Got a lot of ground to cover today in a short period of time to cover it. So good morning. I think we're good to go. Oh, good morning. Oh my gosh, good to see you. If you're new here, my name is Will. We go live all the time. We learn how to buy assets that produce profit. I'm going to walk you through a lot of the stuff that we do every single day. And if we get time, we're going to get into self-storage. We're going to talk a little bit about real estate, rental properties, all that kind of stuff. So we cover assets. Those assets produce profit. We rinse, wash, repeat until we're financially free. So if you're new here, good morning. I'm going to cover some of the games, some of the basic stuff that we get into, and then we'll get a little bit deeper and deeper and deeper and more advanced as we go. We'll come back for air, then we'll get deeper again. So if you're new here, good morning. It's nice to see you. My name is Will. We go live all the time. Happy Hanukkah. Huh? Anyway, here we go. If you want to learn how to get financially free without waiting until you're 103, this is the game that we practice. This is what we do. We take our active income. A portion of everything that you earn is yours to keep forever. That's a principle and concept from the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. If you are working and earning income from active income, from your job or from your business, you have to set aside some of that money. It's just the way it is. So we save and stash that cash. There's 5-part framework that I teach on this. Safety, liquidity, rate of return, taxation, fees. How safe is my money? How liquid or easy can I get to it? What kind of rate of return can I expect? How am I going to be taxed? And what are the fees? So I take my cash, I stash my cash, I get it ready to go out there while I focus my attention on assets. An asset, by definition, is something that produces profit that doesn't require our time. This can be a rental property. It can be a laundromat. It can be a self-storage facility. It can be an RV park. It can be a parking lot. It doesn't really matter, but the name of the game is we take our cash, we stash our cash, we get our cash ready to go out there and buy assets. Those assets kick off profit. We rinse, wash, repeat until we're financially free. So that's what we talk about. We go live all the time. If you're new here, let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. What state are you in? I'm going to walk through how you find assets no matter where you live. Just tell me what state you're in, and I'll walk you through some of the things that we can do to get assets, especially on foreclosures. I'll show you how we find and evaluate foreclosures. But let me know in the comments down below what state you're tuning in from. My name is Will. I'm in Texas. I go live all the time. We learn how to buy assets at Cashflow. So let me know in the chat. And then we're going to get into the difference between rich people, broke people, middle class. What do they do differently? The one lesson I can teach my kids about money. We'll get a little bit into assumable mortgages, self-storage, opportunity zones, Airbnbs, S corporation, hiring your kids, so on and so forth. Good morning, Florida. Good morning, Jason Haynes. Good morning, sunshine. My name is Will. I'm in Texas. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the core of everything that we talk about right now. And then I'll show you how in 5 steps or less we can find a foreclosure in your state. Just let me know what state you're in, and then I'll show you. State of Florida, we're going to go to the county clerk's office. The county clerk maintains property records. So if we want to look at Florida for foreclosures, which I recommend we learn about. What's up, Massachusetts? Good morning. Okay, we've got East Coast is waking up. We've got Florida. We've got Massachusetts. Anybody on the East Coast? Anybody in the Midwest or West Coast awake? My name is Will. I'm in Texas. So far on the map, we've got Florida down south. We got Massachusetts up north. Texas in the middle. Illinois, what's up? Central time zone checking in. Central time zone, good morning. Good morning. All right, how do I get financially free without waiting until I'm 103? Good morning, California. Bright and early, what's up, Detroit? Good morning, Detroit. North Dakota, good to see you. Morning, Jason in Missouri is here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you're new here, let me show you the freedom formula of how you get financially free without waiting until you're 103. It's not rocket surgery. It's rather quite simple. So what we do is we buy assets. An asset, by definition, is something that produces income that doesn't require our time. That's called passive income. I disconnect time from money. So I don't have to put in my time to get the money. I can buy a rental property, a self-storage facility, a laundromat, whatever you're into. So I buy an asset. The asset produces passive income. The passive income is generated from the asset, not from me, not from my time. When the passive income is greater than or equal to your expenses, you are financially free. Everybody in the comments, type pi. And then I'm going to show you some examples of how we do this. Who is this guy? Good morning, Bobby Brown. Speaking of assets, is a faceless YouTube channel an asset? Good morning. Good morning, Bobby. Good day, mate. Good morning, Oscar. Everybody type pi, P-I-E. Type pi in the comments. I want you to understand and retain the information as we go. So just type P-I-E. What's your favorite food? Pie. Good morning, Israel. Good morning. Good morning, Danny Boo. Good morning. The credit stud, pie. Passive income when greater than or equal to your expenses, you're financially free. So let's break this down and get a little bit more detailed on this. In the chat, let me know in the comments, what are some examples of assets that produce income that don't require us to be there? Can we brainstorm together? You give me some ideas of assets and I'll put it on the board. I'll start us off. Can I buy real estate? Real estate is one example. Are there any other examples of assets that we can buy that produce income that don't require us to be there? Israel, real estate, absolutely. This can be rental properties. So I can get a car wash. Car wash is a good one. Oscar, yeah. Car wash. Anything else? Just real estate and car wash? I could buy storage under the umbrella of self-storage, Airbnb, short-term rental. I could have a rental property. I could have a multifamily. I could have an apartment complex. Laundromat, absolutely. I could have a parking lot. I could do an RV park. I know Bobby Brown has looked at some RV parks there in Houston. Accounting firm. Good morning, CJ Sizzle. Good morning, Northeast. Good to see you. So we could buy any of these assets. These assets produce profit. I could buy a franchise maybe. I see you, McDonald's. I could buy a franchise. I'm running out of room, but franchise could totally work there. I buy an asset. That asset produces income. The income when greater than or equal to your expenses, you're financially free. Let's say, hypothetically, you buy a rental property. That rental property, spending all his time on TikTok talking the same simple talking points. That's me. Good morning. If you're new here, my name is Will. I go live all the time. If you want to hang out with us every day, tap on the follow button. Good morning, JJ. So let's say I buy an asset, and that asset produces profit. I buy land. I buy rental property. I buy franchise, whatever. Let's say that profit is $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month. If my personal expenses are, say, $5,000 a month, how many assets do I need until I'm financially free? Let me know in the chat. How many assets do I need until I'm financially free? I buy an asset. The asset produces profit of, say, $1,000 a month. If my personal living expenses are $5,000 a month, how many assets do I need? The example is assets that produce passive income when greater than or equal to your expenses, you're financially free. How many do I need? What's the minimum? What's the answer? 5. 5. 10, of course we can go to 10. We can scale. We're going to get deeper and deeper into this. How many of you want to analyze a deal right now? Just type D in the chat for deal. How many of you want to analyze a deal right now? It really is this simple. Yeah, it's not complicated. It's not complicated. The smart folks always want to throw big words around to make it D? Okay, check this out. Buckle up, Buttercup. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Wet Willie. We go live all the time. We learn how to buy assets that cash flow. I'm going to walk you through a really quick example. We'll evaluate one together if you want to. We'll take a look at self-storage. We'll evaluate 2 different deals. And we're going to determine if we should buy either one of them right now live. If you're new here, my name is Will. I go live all the time. If you want to hang out with us every day, come up here and tap on the follow button. It's somewhere up there. We're going to take a look at this self-storage facility right now. If you didn't get a chance to register, I've got a free class I'm teaching Saturday, April 8th. The class is free. It's not this Saturday, it's next Saturday. If you want to be in that class, type me in the chat. We're going to learn 3 things in that class. Number 1, how do I find assets? How do I find them? Where are they? Number 2, if you want to be there, just say me. Number 2, when I find it, what do I do? What do I do with my hands? How do I evaluate the asset to make sure it produces profit? What is the process and procedure I go through to evaluate and analyze the deals? And then number 3, what if I'm scared? What if I have fear? What if I have worry? What if I got you. How do I take fake money and buy fake AI-generated assets? If you want to be in the class, it's free, but it's not unlimited capacity. It's going to be on Zoom. I've only got 200 people that can fit in the room. So if you want to be there, just say me. And then we're going to look at this deal. Me, let's go! Good Mortimer. My name is Mortimer. Good morning, Pop Knots. To register for the class, tap on this guy. It should be down in the corner. You see this little button? When you tap on it, it'll pop up. And then it'll say class. And you tap on that button to register. On the next screen, once you register, add the Zoom stuff to your calendar. So you kind of register twice. Let me show you really quick and then we'll get to this deal. When you're in the TikTok live, it looks like this. Just tap on this bad boy right here. Boop. When that pops up, you see where it says class? Just tap right there. How to get assets August 8th. Once you're registered, say done, so I know you're good to go. Once you're registered, say done in the chat, and we're going to analyze this deal. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my gosh, we got so much ground to cover. Shaquille O'Neal, don't. Oh, done. Okay, all right. Good morning. Are we ready? Everybody done? Got registered? To register for the class, Saturday, August, not April. We're not going back in time. August 8th, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern. Just tap on this guy. Done. All right, here we go. Let's go evaluate a self-storage facility. We're going to figure out if self-storage makes money and if we should buy one. We're going to look at 2 different deals live right now. Deal number 1, the asking price, 185 big ones. $185,000. Nikki, let's go. Ace, let's go. Lotus Flower, good morning. I will see you Saturday, August 8th, 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern. Keep an eye on your email. Keep an eye on your text messages. We'll make sure we get you in. All right, so $185,000 to buy this bad boy. When I take a look at the satellite image of this thing right here, this is the property line. You see my big pencil with my big tip? This is the property line. What do you notice about the property line? What do you notice about this self-storage facility and its property line? What stands out to you? Maybe you've never analyzed self-storage before. That's okay. What stands out to you when we take a look at this? Property line goes right up against it. What does that mean to you? Let me know in the comments. Itty bitty. No expansion. Maximum capacity. Ding, 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 ding. There's no room for growth. That's right, Jason. There's no room for growth. So if I wanted to increase my income, I can't expand. I can't build another self-storage facility. I can't have boats and RVs for parking. I can't park equipment. There's no way for me to make extra money through expansion. Does this make sense? Type 1 for yes. If you have no idea what's going on, type 2 for no. If you're currently sitting on the toilet right now, the commode, type T in the chat for toilet. We call that multitasking where I come from. I'm learning and I'm excreting. Do your thing, boo-boo. No judgment. No judgment from my side. Take care of what you got to take care of. You heard? 1, I can't expand. Okay, all right, good to know. T, what's unfiltered, Tim? Tim is definitely unfiltered. We got it, Tim. We got it. Okay, so one of the first things I want to do when I'm analyzing a deal. So first, I don't know that I can expand my income. I saw that I'm at maximum capacity. Number 2, I want to verify the current income. So this self-storage facility that we're looking to buy, they say they're making money on it. I say prove it. They send me their tax return document. Their tax return document says they're making money. I'm sitting on the side of the road fixing back home, multitasking. Let's go. 17 grand is their income. Okay, cool. I verified it by looking at their tax return. If they're not willing to put it on their tax return, they probably didn't make it. Well, we did $50,000 in cash. Sure you did, pal. Sure you did. All right, so I get a loan on this bad boy. You can't see it on your screen because it's kind of cut off, but it's $1,300 a month. That's my debt on this property. So let's get inventory. Down payment, $37,000. Income currently is $1,500 a month. I can't really do a whole lot to grow and increase my income. I can't expand. I'm already at fair market value. I can't raise my rents, all that good stuff. My mortgage is $1,300 a month. There's no profit levers. I can't expand my business. I can't grow more self-storage. I can't raise rents to fair market value. I'm already at maximum rate, so there's nothing I can really do. $132 would be my profit. Everybody type Y for yes, in for no. Would we spend this money to buy this money? Yes or no? Would you spend $37,000 down payment to buy $100 a month in profit? Yes, type Y, in, type no. Fluid, Image, Bamba, Nikki, yes or no? Monty, Daily, Fun, no, Marvelous, good morning. Would I spend $37,000 to buy $100 a month? How many months until you, not in, but H-in, where my Y-in's at? Good morning, young neighbors. Would I spend $37,000 to buy $100 a month? How many months until I get my $37,000 back? These are some of the ancillary questions that we need to ask as we're evaluating. 370 months. Bruh, no, I'm not buying this thing. Let's look at another one. How many of you want to look at another deal? Yes or no? Young neighbors, isn't that what that means? Let a naysayer know? Lank? I don't know. Good morning. Good morning. If you're new here, my name is Will. I go live all the time. We learn how to buy assets that cash flow. If you want to hang out with us every day, just come up here and tap on the follow button. Good morning, sunshine. Just come up here and tap on the follow button. We go live all the time. Go deeper. Yo, hey, that's my private page. Chill. All right, so let's take a look at this one. $275,000. This one's located in Georgia. In Georgia. Good morning, Precious. Who you calling Precious? $275,000 you got me tongue-tied here. So I go out here and I buy this asset. If I'm looking at the satellite image of this property, what do you notice about this one? What stands out to you? IRS is coming. Bring it. Bring it, I saith. Let me know. What do you notice about this one? I'm looking at the self-storage facility from the satellite image. What stands out to you compared to the other one? Land. Lots of room for growth. Expansion. I can expand this thing. There's a lot of room. Like you can see they're already kind of using it to park like busted up old beaters. If this is one of your cars, no disrespect. More land. That means there's different ways that I can make income. Let's brainstorm together. If I buy this self-storage facility, what are ways that I can use the land and maybe even clear some of the trees? What are the ways that I can use the land to make extra money? Let me know in the chat. And before you buy an asset, these are the questions that you ask. And if you want to learn how to buy assets, I've got a free class Saturday, August 8th. If you want to register, the class is free. There's a little button down here. Tap on that button and then tap on the class button to register. It's free. These are the questions. If you want to learn the questions to ask, if you want to learn how to analyze the deals, that's what that class is all about. So I can expand. I can have boat, RV parking, self-storage, 18-wheeler parking. I can expand. I can store heavy equipment. Yes. Build more storage. Yes. Vehicle storage. More buildings. On and on and on. When I have room to expand, I have options. If you want wealth, wealth is options. If you ain't got no money, you can't do a whole lot. If you've got a lot of money, the world is your oyster, whatever the hell that means. You have more options. So wealth equals options. If you want wealth, you need to have options. Hear me on this? Makes sense? Especially when I'm buying assets. How many options do I have to increase my income before I buy it? So let's take a look at the deal. 100% occupied. Ocupado. It's full. Is that good news or bad news? Type G for good, type B for bad. 100% occupied. Sold out. Is that good news or bad news? Let me know in the chat. Type G for good, type B for bad. It depends. Jason, nobody asked you what you're wearing this morning. Good morning. Good morning, Jason. Good, bad, no growth. It's a mix. Obviously, there's high demand in this market. That's good. We want high demand. We can sell stuff. What's not so good, 100% occupied. You're not making maximum profit. Let me explain. I'm going to go to a different asset class because I got the premium ones, though. I got that lamb's wool. So I'm going to go to a different asset class so you can see the principle transcends asset class. Let's say, hypothetically, you have an Airbnb, and you've got Airbnb A and Airbnb B. Airbnb A, short-term rental. Let's say I rent it for $1 per night. I rent all 30 nights. I'm 100% occupied. Dollar per night times 30 nights is $30 in revenue. 100% occupied, $30 in revenue. That's option A. Option B, I go, you know what? I'm going to charge $60 a night. I charge $60 a night. Only one person rents it for one night. I'm empty the other nights. So my occupancy rate is like 3%, but I make $60 in revenue. That's option B. Which business would you rather own? Option A, $30 in revenue. Option B, $60 in revenue. Way worse occupancy over here, but you've got double the revenue. See the lesson? We don't solve for occupancy, we solve for profit. So now between this example, between these two numbers, $1 a night, $1 per night, $60 per night, there's a tipping point, there's a break even, where it's like perfectly balanced, where my occupancy is at its highest point and my profit is at its highest point. That's what we're aiming for. Same thing. So when I see 100% occupied, what that cues to me is that means it's probably underpriced. I can probably charge more and earn more. Does this make sense to everybody? Type Y for yes if you understand the example. Type N for no. If you have no idea what's going on, but that's the norm for you, just type 3 in the chat. We'll move on without you. Just go, hey, just move on. It's fine. You can leave me behind. Yes? Cool. So 100% occupied, it's good news and bad news. It's good news because there's high demand. However, they're not maximizing their profit, which is great news for us if we're going to buy this deal. I want to find an undervalued, a mismanaged asset. Because if I buy it and do something, Craig, let's go, Craig. Good morning, North Texas. Good morning. I buy an undervalued, mismanaged asset. I do anything and I improve the overall value. I've made money on the buy. Cool. All right. So I do some fair market value research. I look at my competition in the area, 5 miles, 15 miles, 30 miles, 60 miles away, and I see that they're charging much higher monthly rates for the same self-storage product. So I can increase my rates. If I raise my rates to match fair market value, what my competition is charging and getting, $25 to $35 a month, 41 units, that's $1,400 a month in additional revenue. Oh my gosh, I'm in. I haven't even purchased it yet. And I've run through all these scenarios and all these numbers. In addition to that, you've already mentioned this, because of this extra land, I can have different storage options. Maybe boat, RVs, 18-wheelers, heavy equipment, so on and so forth. If I add that option, let me see if it actually works. I look at my competition, 5 miles down the road, 15 miles down the road, 30 miles down the road, $70 a month, boat and RV storage, waiting list. Boat and RV storage, $75 a month, waiting list. Good morning! Good morning, Raffy, Laffy, Taffy. Good morning, sunshine. That means they're sold out. They have boat and RV storage. This is my competition. 5 miles down the road. They have boat and RV storage and they are sold out. So if I offer boat and RV storage, do you think I can get new customers? Yes or no? I do all this due diligence, I do all this research before I buy the asset. I'm not buying it until I know this stuff. Of course I can. Yes, definitely. So if I buy this self-storage facility, one of the other profit levers that I can pull is to use the land I have to have boat and RV storage. $70 a month times 20 slots is an additional $1,400 in new revenue that I didn't have previously. So let's take inventory. Should we buy this asset? Down payment, $55,000. That comes out of my pocket to buy the asset. The current income before I do anything is $2,300 a month. The debt for me to get the asset is $2,000 a month. I've got some profit levers, raise rents to fair market value, add additional parking. If I do both of those things, my income would go up by a difference of $2,800. My total revenue, total income, $5,100. If I just did one of those things, my income would go up by $1,400. Total income, $3,700. In conclusion, $55,000 would buy me a profit between $1,600 and $3,000 a month. Would you buy this asset? Type Y for yes. Would you not buy this asset? Type N for no. $55,000 is what you trade for $1,600 to $3,000 a month in profit after all expenses. Would you make that transaction? Oh, yes! Yes! That's the game. You just learned very fast, very quickly, how to evaluate an asset. Some of the things that I look for. I'm going to go a little bit deeper on different details on all of this stuff, but if you want to hang out with us August 8th, I've got a free class. It doesn't cost you any money. If you want to be in that class, just say me. The class is free. We're going to learn 3 things. Number 1, how do I find assets? How do I find deals? Number 2, when I find it, how do I analyze it like this? Just type me in the chat. I'll show you how to register. And then number 3, what if I'm scared? What if I'm worried? What if I'm afraid of messing up and losing all my money? I'm going to show you, number 3, how we take fake money and we buy fake AI-generated assets. Oh, that's August 8th. The class is free. If you want to register, just tippy tap tap on this guy. Somewhere down here, when it pops up, it'll say class. Register there. Once you register, come back in the comments and say done, and I'm going to move on to the next thing. We're going to cover a lot of ground today. We're going to talk, it's Saturday, August 8th at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern. There's a little button down in the corner. You see it on the TikTok Live? When you tap on that thing, it'll pop up. Bambi, done, let's go. And then once you register on the next screen, that's how you get the Zoom information. It's all on Zoom, so I can share my screen with you and show you deals behind the scenes. Make sure you register for that, because that's how you get the Zoom link. So you kind of have to register twice. So go tap on this, it pops up, it says register, then make sure you get to the Zoom stuff and add it there. Once you're done, say done. Let's get into some of the, okay, let me get to this. I got a comment yesterday. Tippy tap tap, good morning, sunshine. I got a comment yesterday. Let me clarify a couple of things. Good morning, by the way. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning. All right, let's cover some of this. I was teaching on how you automate success, how you can accidentally automate increasing the interest rates that you earn on the money you have stacked. So let me teach you some of this. Come over here. Let's walk through a couple of different things. If you're new here, my name is Will. I go live all the time. We learn how to buy assets that cash flow. If you want to hang out with us, come up here somewhere. There's a follow button. Tap. Good morning, New Jersey. Good morning. Tap on the follow button somewhere up there. Everybody get registered. Done. I see you. Mendoza. Everybody get registered. If you're done and registered, say done. If you didn't get a chance to get registered, type R in the chat. But yesterday I was teaching. Done. Awesome, Robert. I was teaching about how you can accidentally automate your success. You can accidentally get it done. And success and failure are both automations. You have habits that you practice, that you follow, and those habits either lead you to success or they lead you to failure. Well, let me teach you a really quick principle. So everybody in the chat, type ADB. Really quick principle. This is going to help you. ADB. Average daily. ADB. Type it in the chat. A, Alpha, Delta, Bravo. ADB. Okay. ADB. This stands for your average daily balance. Average daily balance. So if I have a bank account, my bank, no matter who you're banking with, is going to take a look inside of your bank account every single day, and they're going to see how much money you have at the end of the day. So let's just pretend we've got a calendar here. And in my example, my calendar doesn't have an A in the word, and it only has 3 days in the week. Wow, okay, that's an interesting calendar there. So what a bank does is they look inside of your bank at the end of the day, and they go, what is the balance today? So let's say they looked in your bank account, and they said, hey, this person's got $10,000. Well, that would be your average daily balance for that day. The next day, at the end of the day, they would look in your bank account, and they'd go, hey, this guy's had some stuff taken out of it. He's got $7,000. Lock it in. Next day, they look, hey, direct deposit hit, $13,000, so on and so forth, until the entire calendar is done and complete. At the end of the month, they would come up with your average daily balance for the entire month. Let's say, hypothetically, your average daily balance is $10,000. Cool. Then they're going to determine what type of account you have. If you have a traditional checking account, does anybody know what their checking account pays them? How many of you have a checking account? Type C in the chat. How many of you direct deposit income into a checking account? Just type C in the comments. I'm going to show you one change that you can make that can accidentally earn you much higher interest. Done, let's go. Checking, checking, checking. Most paid nothing. 0.001. Does anybody know what their checking account pays them? 0.01. Ooh, oh, not good, not good. Okay, I'm going to show you the one change you can make. And it's automatic, it's out of sight, out of mind, and it just accidentally happens. Yeah, nothing. The checking accounts are not good. But you need something. I'm going to show you what you can do. So if you have money in your bank account, they look at your average daily balance, and then they determine what kind of account you have. So let's say you've got 10 grand and you're earning, the national average is 0.07. That's a true story. That's the national average according to the FDIC, who insures all the banks. 0.07 times $10,000. That's one option. We don't do that option. Come here. Let me show you what we do. So let me just show you the math on this so we're all on the same page. Let's say, hypothetically, your $10,000 is your account balance. And whatever your number is what your number is. I get 3.55. High yield savings account. Let's go. I'm going to show you about high yield savings accounts in just a minute. And we're going to compare a high yield savings account compared to a traditional checking. We're going to talk about it right now. So if you don't have a high yield savings account, I have an entire list I can send to you for free. Just type L in the chat for list. When I get to that point, I'll send it to you for free. So a traditional checking account, the national average according to the FDIC, which is who insures checking accounts, so they know better than anybody, the national average is 0.07. So if you have an account balance of, say, $10,000, in 1 year, you would earn $7. Oh, list. Okay, if you want the list of high yield savings accounts, here's how you get it. When you're in the TikTok Live, there's a little orange button. Tap on that at the bottom. When you tap on it, you see where it says, I want the list of high interest banks. Tap on that. When that pops up, it pre-populates a message. Just hit send. Boop. And then I'll automatically send you the list. banksearch.org/list. So how do you do it? Go to the TikTok profile, tap on the orange button. Boop. I want the list of high interest banks. Cool? All right, back to this. That's how you get the list. So $10,000 account balance in 1 year would earn $7. $7. Oh! In 5 years, you would earn $35. Yeah, I have SoFi. SoFi is awesome. They're on my list. SoFi is the market leader. I recommend SoFi, but I have no dog in the fight. All good. Okay, so 5 years, $35. Oh! 35. Oh! what do? Here's the change we make. Instead of direct depositing money, got a jet, see you later, Snappy. Instead of direct depositing money into a checking account, we do it in a high yield savings account. You can do all the same stuff, especially with SoFi and their vault system. You can do all the same stuff with a high yield savings account that you need a checking account for. You can pay the bills. You can pay the car payment. You can pay rent. You can pay your mortgage. All the same stuff. But here's the big difference. You can have the same account balance. In this example, we're saying $10,000. If I've got $10,000 in my high yield savings account, they pay between 3 and 4%. That's the national average. Well, instead of earning $7 in 1 year at a checking account, I would earn $400 a year on the same account balance in a high yield savings account. That's crazy, but that's not even the craziest part. Watch this. In a traditional checking account with an account balance of 10 grand, it would take you 5 years to earn $35. Everybody type 5 years in the chat. Type 5. I want you to understand this point. Watch this. This is not a little difference. This is a huge difference. 5. Okay. So $35 in 5 years. Well, if I had a high yield savings account and I had the same money, whatever money you got is what you got. In 1 year, I would earn $400. So let's take $400 and divide it by 12. You ready? $400 divided by 12. How much do I earn in 1 month? Boop. $33.33. Wait a minute. You're telling me that in 1 month, I would earn the equivalent of what it would take me 5 years? How many of you are like, you got it? Say, I got it. In 1 month, same account balance. Whatever money you have is what you have. Instead of having it in a checking account, you would earn in 1 month what it would take you 5 years. Does this make sense? Yeah. Got it? The math is mathing. Let's go, Sarah Gibbons. That's why I'm saying, like, one of the things you can accidentally do is just have a high yield savings account. It's like one of the bare bones basic things you can do. If I'm going to have temporary cash because the cash has to go pay the rent or pay the car payments or pay the whatever it's got to pay, we might as well accidentally earn higher interest. Because if I accidentally earn higher interest, in 1 month, I would out earn 5 years. That's what we talk about all the time. Cool? All right. So if you want the list of high yield savings account banks, it's right here. What's the cap on balance? No, some of them have minimums. So if you want the list, check this out. And then we'll review some of these. Tap on the little orange bubble at the bottom. You want the list of high yield savings accounts? Tap on the little orange bubble. And then it says, I want the list of high interest banks. Just hit tippy tap right there. And then it pops up a message. Just hit send. Boop. And then I'll automatically send you the list of high yield savings accounts. We open this up. Bang. And then you can go read about all the different banks. SoFi, remember, what the bold print giveth, the fine print taketh away. So SoFi says they've got a 3.8% offer. 0.7 of that is limited time. It's 6 months and then it falls off. So then it settles at 3.1. 3.1 is still much better than 0.07. Significantly better. SoFi's got zero minimum balance. Barclays has a great offer, 3.8, zero minimum balance. You got to be careful. Citibank has a 4.1% offer, $5,000 minimum balance. So just look out for the minimum balance type stuff. Cool? Awesome. Awesome. Good morning. Good morning. If you're new here, my name is Will. I go live all the time. We learn how to buy assets that produce profit. If you want to hang out with us all the time, just come up here and tap on the follow button. Awesome. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, thanks. You're welcome, Bojangles. You are so welcome. All right. Let's get into more asset acquisition. Let's get into more stuff and learn how we get financially free. Let me show you some of the game. Let's come over here. Let's clean this thing up. If you're new here, will you let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from? What part of the world you're in? Good morning, Linda. Good morning. Where are you at? What part of the world are you in? My name is Will. I'm in Texas. What's up, Georgie? What's up, Georgie? Good morning. Good morning, Georgie. Good morning, Melvin. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes is one of my favorite groups of all time, by the way. I don't know if you've ever heard that. Sorry, you reminded me of that. Arizona, good morning. Tennessee, Georgia, Zimbabwe. Good morning, Michigan. What's up, Michigan? Anybody else in Michigan in here? Yeah? I'm in Texas, but we love to represent our Michigan. Zimbabwe. What's up, Lazarus? Good morning. Dallas, Texas. McAllen, Texas. Ohio! Let's go, bankruptcy trial attorney. Come on now. Good morning, Washington. We're going to get you the credit you deserve, okay? Good morning. What's up? Is that Kansas? Good morning, Kansas. So let's walk through. If I could only teach my kids one lesson about money, good morning, Florida, this would be the one lesson I teach them. So of all the nonsense, good morning, Chicago, good morning, Clear Lake, if all the nonsense that I've got trapped between my ears, if I can only teach my kids one thing about money, this would be the lesson. You ready? Check it. So what do broke people do with their money? What do middle class do with their money? And what do rich people do with their money? We're going to understand how broke people use their money, how middle class use their money, and how rich people use their money. And then you're going to understand that if you use your money like the rich, you can become the rich. Also, if you use your money like the broke, you will become broke. That's how it works. So let's break this down. Step number one in our society is you've got to earn income. If you don't have income, we have found problem number one. That has moved to the top of the agenda. Let's get that taken care of. Number two, whether you have income or you do not have income, we have expenses. I don't know why it's set up this way. I didn't make this planet. I just live here. I'm a visitor. If I designed my own planet, I would set up some different rules. But that's the rules. There's expenses to this life. Okay, cool. All right, I'm with you so far. Then there's something called liabilities. Everybody type L in the chat for liability. There's liabilities. Liabilities. What is a liability? A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Like your baby mamas in Houston. They take money out of your pocket. Liability. What are some other examples of liabilities? So baby mamas in Houston, that takes money out of your pocket. What else? Cars. Cars take money out of your pocket. Jose, are you in here? Jose's got a bunch of classic cars and trucks. So, Jose, just cover your ears. Having cars are liabilities. They take money out of your pocket. In the comments, what are other examples of things that take money out of your pocket? A mortgage, yep. A mortgage on a house that you live in because it doesn't produce income for you. That's a liability. If you sell it and it goes up in value the day you sell it, now it becomes an asset because you put more money. Horses. We talked to Kristen yesterday. Yeah, sorry, Kristen. Horses are a liability. Rent. Somebody says wife. Oh my gosh. Ladies, do you want to jump in? Ladies, you want to jump in? Haven't got my money yet from my babies. For our babies, first of all, the check's in the mail. Okay, did you check the mail? Go check the mail today. It's on the way. Mattresses, cats, dogs, all of these things are liabilities. Now let's go to the other side. What do rich people, broke people, and middle class all do differently with their money? Assets, wife? I didn't say that. They said that. Assets. An asset, by definition, is something that puts money in your pocket. So let's brainstorm together. What are examples of things that put money in your pocket? Mattresses. I don't know. They said mattresses. Let me know. What are examples of assets? Things that put money into our pocket. Can I buy a rental property? A rental property puts money in my pocket. Investments. Dividend stocks. What are examples of other assets? Multifamily, business, land. Can I buy a laundromat? A storage unit? We just evaluated 2 storage units. Laundromat. What are other examples? Laundromat, gold, business, gold. Okay, so the list goes on and on and on. So income, expenses, liabilities, assets. Liability, by definition, takes money out of your pocket. An asset, by definition, puts money into your pocket. So now let's understand how broke people, middle class, and rich people do different things with their money. Are you ready? Check this out. Broke people earn income. Then they've got living expenses. They've got the rent, they've got the mortgage, they got the groceries, they got the utilities, they got all the stuff. After they cover their living expenses, they're out of money. They have to wait till their next paycheck. When the next paycheck comes, it goes to all the other things that living expenses. So they're out of cash. Broke people, this is what paycheck to paycheck looks like. Income, all living expenses, they're out of cash. They have to wait to the next cycle, and they repeat it over and over and over again. That's the rat race. Middle class earn income. They've got living expenses. When all the living expenses are paid, the difference is the middle class has leftover money. What does the middle class do with their leftover money? Do they buy liabilities? Type L. Or do they buy assets? Type A. What does the middle class do with their money that keeps them trapped in the middle class? L for liability or A for assets? Yo, Jimmy the Fish. Good morning. I'll see you in there, baby. Come on, we got Turo class tonight in the Passive Income Club. They buy liabilities. So the things that keeps the middle class stuck in the middle class is they take their leftover money after living expenses are paid and they buy liabilities. Oh man. They buy new cars, they buy purses, they buy shoes, they go on more vacations. The root core of this is the thought is that in order to earn, you must suffer. Money doesn't know. I don't know if you know this. This has no idea how hard you work for it. It doesn't know if you went through trauma to get it. It doesn't know if you suffered to get it. But the middle class believes that in order for you to get some of this, you must suffer. You must sacrifice. This has no consciousness. This has no understanding of human emotions. So why do you sacrifice your emotions for it? Do you hear me? That's a really bad relationship. You care more about this thing that this thing doesn't even know you exist. We're not going to talk about that. Let's move on. Rich people, what do they do differently with their money? Rich people earn income. They have living expenses too. Rich people have leftover money. What do rich people do with their leftover money? Type L for liabilities, type A for assets. Tell me, boss. What do rich people do with their leftover cash? Do they buy liabilities or do they buy assets? L for liabilities, A for assets. So how do you get rich? Rich people buy assets. An asset, by definition, is something that puts money into your pocket. They buy rental properties. They buy laundromats. They buy self-storage. They buy, exactly. Those assets kick off income. That income gets added to your income statement. That's the name of the game. Hoard assets. Nope, there's plenty of assets for all of us. They're buying and selling all the time. $7 trillion a day changes hands. There is no such thing as hoarding wealth. You need to turn off the TV. There's no such thing as hoarding wealth. You buy assets. Those assets kick off income. You can then take the income. How many of you, hold on, pause. How many of you really enjoy spending money? What is your favorite thing to spend money on? How many of you like food? Say food. How many of you like nice things? Say nice. Vacations, type V. Cars. It's okay to enjoy spending money. Truck parts, let's go. Food. Oh, dude, oh my God. I love Vincenzo's answer. OMG, food. How many of you are on Vincenzo's wavelength? How many of you and Vincenzo can hang out? Type V in the chat for Vincenzo. Oh my God, food. Oh, I think he just, that's how I picture how you answered that, by the way. I hate spending money. Why do you hate spending money? What has money done to you that you hate spending it? We need to dive into some scarcity mentality. What's going on? Vincenzo, let's go. Oh my God, food. There's nothing wrong with spending money. There's nothing wrong with spending money. That's crazy. I never have enough. Okay, that's an income problem. Has nothing to do with spending. Maybe when we need to dial in the spending if you're doing some crazy stuff, the ladies of the night and the crazy stuff, maybe we shouldn't be doing that. But spending money, it's like, hey, I've got good health, but I don't want to use it. I don't want to go up the stairs. I'm going to take the elevator. Why do you go to the gym 7 days a week? What's going on there? It's like I've got good love, but I don't want to express it to my partner. What? You say you're in a good relationship, but you don't want to show love and affection? Huh? It's the same thing as I got money, but I don't like spending it. Okay, we got to work. We got some stuff in there we got to work through. You hear what I'm saying? Does this make sense? I don't have a relationship. You don't have a relationship with money that you're aware of, but you have a relationship with money whether you're aware of it or not. You hear me on this? You do have a relationship with money. If you've ever put in effort to get money, you have a relationship with it. We got to acknowledge it. But here we go. I enjoy spending money. Awesome. You should. You took a part of your life to go earn it. You should enjoy using it. Cool? But I feel guilty. Gotcha. Check this out. You can get the things that you want in life, the liabilities, the nice cars, the nice vacations, the nice clothes, the purses, the boots, the shoes, whatever you're into. You can spend the money. Cool. But first, here's the answer. We buy assets first. The assets pay for the liabilities. Everybody in the chat, type O. This is the answer. How do I have nice things in my life that I enjoy, and how do I get financially free without waiting until I'm 103? The answer is O. Order of operations. That's your target. It's the order of operations. The order in which you do things determines where you're going to go in life. If you buy assets first, those assets produce income, the income buys the liabilities. But if you buy liabilities, there's no money left over to buy assets, and you're going to be broke your entire life. It's the order of operations. I don't care how many vacations you go on. I don't care how nice your car is. I've done financial advising for clients for over 20 years. Long time. I don't care what you do with your money. Did you buy assets first? Did you invest first? Cool. Then go spend all the rest of the money until the next money comes in. Money replenishes itself when you have high skills and you deliver high value to the marketplace. Buy assets first, the assets pay for the liabilities. Let me give you an example. I've got a rental property in Central Texas. It pays me $1,800 a month. I then take that $1,800 a month and I pay for all my liabilities. All my cars. That one asset pays for all of my car payments. Oh! I don't pay my car payments. My asset pays my car payments. I also delayed getting new cars until I had assets that paid for my cars. I drove hoop-de-hoos. Does this make sense? Type Y for yes, type N for no. That's the secret. The secret is understanding how broke, middle class, and rich people use their money differently. And if you want to get to where you desire to go financially, you buy assets first. That's your priority. Those assets then buy the liabilities. And you can have as much fun as you desire to have. Cool? All the Birkin bags. That story actually came from one of my clients. Her name's Michelle. She owns a permanent makeup salon and studio. So they do permanent makeup like ombre, powder brows, microblading, micro shading, I know way too much about this. Permanent eyeliner, all kinds of stuff. And she was like, Will, I need to get a financial plan together. I need to start investing. I need to start doing this, this, and this, and this. But if you tell me I can't have my Birkin bags, you can leave right now. I was like, hey. I'll come in peace. I come in peace. You can have as many Birkin bags as you want, girl. Just buy the assets first. Cool? Good morning, Miss Candy. She's like, I like you. You can stay. Sit down. Got a free manicure that day. Free manicure, pedicure. Can I live? Can I live? You dig what I'm saying? Good morning. If you're new here, my name is Wet Willie. Wettus, Willius, that's the Latin root for Wet Willie. If you want to hang out with us every day, come up here and tippy tap tap somewhere on the follow button. I go live all the time. Meetster, that's between me and you. Don't tell anybody about that story. Okay? All right? Okay. My feet are tickly too. Hey, be careful down there. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all want to get into another asset? How many of you want to evaluate another deal? Type A in the chat for asset. You want to get into another asset? We'll evaluate one more. Wet? Excuse me? Everybody say, excuse me. Did you see Vero's comment? Excuse me? All right, let's do another asset. If you're new here, my name is Will. I go live all the time. We learn how to buy assets that produce profit. I'm going to go through several different iterations teaching you how to find, how to find and evaluate assets. If you didn't get a chance to register, I've got a free class I'm teaching. It's Saturday, August 8th. It's at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern. If you want to be in that class, just say me in the comments, and I'll show you how to register. No, Vero, we already caught you. You can't backtrack now. We got you. Busted. We got screenshots. Busted. Just say me in the chat, and I'll show you how to register. I'm going to pull up and show you how we find and evaluate assets, a very specific type of asset. The class. Okay, me. The class is free to register. I've only got 200 spots. It's on Zoom. Why is it on Zoom? So I can share my screen with you. To register, tap on this down here. Tap on this button down there. It'll pop up. It'll say class to register. The class is free. Saturday, August 8th at 9 a.m. Central Time. If you can't make it, don't register. I've only got 200 spots. But if you want to be there, then go save your spot. Tap on this guy. When it pops up, it'll say class, register. Register there. And then on the next page, there's like a Zoom thing. Go add that. That's how you get the Zoom link. You can add it to your calendar, all that stuff. And then once you get registered, say done. Now let's get to another deal. You ready? Baby, I got you. Vero Fun, busted. Busted. Isley Brothers. Come on now. All right, let's get to some of my favorite ones. I'm going to cover my favorite ones because this is my show. I do what I want. I'm going to cover some of where I spend a lot of my time, a lot of my energy, and a lot of my money is on foreclosures. Love foreclosures. Let me show you why. Why I love thy. Why I love thee. Cool? All right. So foreclosures can be really good. One of the reasons they can be really good is because how the entire process works. There's many other reasons which I'm going to talk about on Saturday, August 8th. Done. Let's go, Monica. I'll see you August 8th. Let's go. So if I go out there, let's say somebody buys a house. That's a house. Yes, I graduated art school. No, it was not the top of my class. So when I draw the house, let's say they make payments for 30 years. Minimum payment, 30 years. Minimum payment, 30 years. What is their account balance? What would that number be? If somebody buys a house 30 years ago and they make the payment every month and they've got a 30-year mortgage, what would the mortgage payment be? Love 1221, done, let's go. Keep an eye on your email and your text messages so that way you get registered. How much is their mortgage balance? Let me know in the comments. Trad Guff, 0. Everybody in the chat, type 0. If somebody gets a 30-year mortgage and they make the payment every month for 30 years, their house is paid off, right? Okay, so that's the debt. During that exact same time, the value of that house has been going up. Let's just say the value of the home is up here. Well, what if you find a foreclosure at auction that's 15 years in? There's many reasons to get foreclosed on. It's not just you stop making your mortgage payment. Did you know an HOA can foreclose on your house? Oh, welcome to America. That's crazy, right? That is crazy. Did you know you can get foreclosed because you didn't pay your property taxes? Even with a paid off house. Take that, Dave Ramsey. So if I find a foreclosure that's 15 years old, the opening bid is going to be here. The opening bid at a foreclosure auction is taken by the bank or the lender, whoever is in the deal. So JP Morgan, National Bank, Wells Fargo, Mr. Cooper, Rocket Mortgage is going to get opening bid of the remaining debt at the foreclosure. Then you and I need to decide if we want to make the next bid. And if we make the next bid and we win, we would own it for what we bid for. But what the house is actually worth is up here. That difference between these two numbers is called profit. Everybody type P in the chat. If you understand, type P in the chat. So if I find an older mortgage, I bid on the remaining debt. If they didn't do a cash out refinance, a home equity line of credit, and that's the only debt they have, this is where our bid would be. And if the value is way up here because 15 years went by and it appreciated, this is why we focus on foreclosures. Tremendous opportunity. And the opportunity is only getting gooder. What do you say? Gooder. It's only getting gooder. You know what I mean. So let's go evaluate this. You ready? Check this out. I'm going to teach you how to find and evaluate foreclosures in 5 steps or less. You ready? Gooder. Let's go, Vincenzo. Oh my God, food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to teach you how to find and evaluate foreclosures in 5 steps or less. Live right now. You ready? Number 1, in the chat, let me know what state you're tuning in from. Good morning. What state are you in? What state are you in? Hey, I'm an editor. I can make your videos more engaging. That's awesome. Demonstrate that to me. Prove it. Prove it. I've had many people approach me. Happy if you have good services, prove it to me. Show me. California, Ohio, Virginia, Georgia, Colorado, Alabama, Minnesota, Saudi Arabia, California, New Mexico, Georgia. My name is Will. I'm in Texas. Florida, Georgia, Michigan. Good morning, Mike. Step number 1, if you want to find and evaluate foreclosures, figure out what state you're in. New Jersey, New York. Then you go to the internets, and Jason knows. You're going to search on the internets, who maintains property records in Texas? Who maintains property records in Ohio? Dwayne Lockwood, you have to say it that way. Who maintains property records? Brandon knows who maintains property records in your state. So you go to the Googs and you say, who maintains property records in Nevada? Who maintains property records? That's going to tell you who keeps the property transactions. Jason knows who keeps the property records. For me, in the state of Texas, I'm looking for my source. Donnie Ball game, going to foreclosure auctions and bidding, by the way. Colorado's going to be different. But in Texas, the county clerk maintains property records. For my dude in Louisiana, they don't even have counties. They have parishes. Ohio, it's a sheriff's auction. So you want to search who maintains property records if you're looking for foreclosures, who maintains property records in your state, then you go search that source. For me, it's the county clerk. So if I wanted to find, good morning, Captain Chronic, cheers, brother. If I wanted to find foreclosures, I would go to the county clerk's office. When I get to the county clerk's office, I look for the list. Oh, I told you I'm going to teach you how we find and evaluate foreclosures in 5 steps or less, and we're on step number 3. What about Virginia? Okay, Relief Hub. I want you to think through this. What's step number 1 for you, Virginia? Relief Hub. What's step number 1 for you? Insert state here. Hi, my name is, insert name here. No. Insert state here. Who maintains property records in Virginia? What is your answer? Clerk of Circuit Court for Virginia. Ding, 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 ding. I would go to the Clerk of Circuit Court in Virginia. I would look for the list of foreclosures. How many? You want to evaluate a foreclosure right now? Type Y for yes, type N for no. You want to do this live right now? I'll walk you through it. Yeah, there's a recorder and there's a sheriff in Ohio. I've done a couple in Columbus, some near Cleveland, Akron area. Yes? All right. All right, you don't have to pull my leg. What does that even mean? Can somebody do some research on that? What is that, a euphemism? What's the definition of that? Where did pull my leg come from? That's interesting. I don't know. We say it, but I don't even know what the source is. All right, you want to look at foreclosures? Okay, let's look at a deal live right now. Somebody, if you want to do some bonus research, let me know. Where did pull my leg come from? Is that called a euphemism? Please consider California as an example. Yeah, you can look in California. Everything that I'm teaching you right now, you can apply. You can apply to whatever state you're in. When your kids want something. In Florida, it's the county property appraisal and the county clerk of circuit court. Let's go, Anthony! That's what I'm talking about. Doing live research. This is how you learn to play the game. By the way, if you didn't get a chance to register, I've got a free class I'm teaching on how we find and evaluate assets. If you want to be there, just say me in the comments and I'll show you to register for free. The class is Saturday, August 8th. Not this Saturday, next Saturday. If you want to be there, just say me. Good morning, Psych Seduction. Good morning. Good morning. We're going to take a look at this live foreclosure. This is an actual foreclosure announcement. Hear ye, hear ye. So we're going to evaluate it together. We're going to break it down and decide if we should buy the asset. Me, okay. To register for the class, it's free, but it's not unlimited capacity. I'm hosting it on Zoom. There's only 200 spots. So if you can't be there, please don't register because I don't want to take a spot that somebody else can be there for. Cool? So to register, if you can be there, Saturday, August 8th at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern, tap on this guy. It should be in the bottom corner. When you tippy tap, it'll pop up. When it pops up, it says class, register, how to get assets, August 8th, 9 a.m. Cool? So once you get registered, come back in the comments and say, Sarah Gibby, we got calendar time booked, baby. Come on now. So to register, tap on this. It'll pop up. Once you're registered, say done. But let's take a look-see. Let's take a peekaboo. You ready? We'll take a look at this bad boy. So this is the announcement. Done. Let's go. And if you can't be there Saturday, August 8th, all good. I'll do another class in the fall. I might. Probably like October, November time frame. But if you can make it, register. If you can't, please don't block a spot for somebody else. There's only 200 spots available on Zoom. And then once you get to the next page on register, save your Zoom spot too. It'll send you the stuff. Okay, so announcement, notice of acceleration, notice of trustee sale. This is what it looks like. In the state of Texas, when you're looking at foreclosures, this is the actual announcement. It announces the date of the transaction, the time, the location of the courthouse, and when they're going to announce that stuff. They're going to announce that. But the thing that I'm looking for is the same thing, so there she is the same thing that Sarah Gibbons looks for when she wakes up in the morning. Does anybody know what Sarah Gibbons looks for when she wakes up in the morning? Type the first letter in the chat. If you're new here, we're looking at foreclosures. How do I find and evaluate foreclosures to determine if I should buy them? And what is the profit potential? When Sarah Gibbons wakes up first thing in the morning, Nellie, what does she look for? Jason, what does she look for? She's looking for the D. Everybody in the comments, type D. D, that big pencil. Vero! Oh, ladies, lock in. I can't even pull my big pencil out anymore. I am not an object for your amusement. I'm a human, I'm a person. She's looking for the D. Sarah Gibbons wakes up first thing in the morning, she opens the eyes, she goes, where's the D? Give it to me. All crazy-eyed, all cockeyed. Where's the D? Sarah, chill. It's 6 a.m. She goes, give me the D. Hey, we're going to look for the same thing. Not the same thing. Similar thing. We're going to look for the debt. The debt. The D, Gregory, D, the D. Gregory, if you don't have a D, anyway, I've got a class that teaches you how to find it. We'll look at, anyway. The debt. Everybody type debt. On the foreclosure announcement, hear ye, we have thy foreclosure. There's a debt amount. That debt amount on this one is $54,000. If they didn't get any additional debt, home equity line of credit, cash out refinance, anything like that, this is going to be the opening bid likely of the transaction. It gets a little more nuanced and detailed between judicial states and non-judicial. I'm not going to get to the weeds in that. I want to teach you the basics. Debt. This is the opening bid. JP Morgan National Bank bids $54,000. Do I hear 55? 55, 55, going once, going twice? That's how an auction happens. So now we have to determine if we should buy it. So let's take inventory of what we're finding as we're evaluating this foreclosure live. I got a foreclosure here. I'm teaching you how to find and evaluate them in 5 steps or less. Step 1, who maintains property records in your state. Step 2, that's going to be your source, the county clerk. When you get to the county clerk, you're going to look for the list. Good morning, little D, I'm interested. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Easy to please. Come on now. The list, now we found the debt. So the debt on this foreclosure is negative $54,000. but I don't know if I should buy it. All I know is the size of the D. If I've got good D, what am I wanting to pair that with? What am I looking for? What am I on the hunt for? Let me know in chat. If I've got good D, what's the first letter of the thing I'm looking for? What do you think? Wow. Bad boy trucker. What y'all talking about? V, Nelly. The first letter of the thing I'm looking for. If I walk around every day and I've got good D, what am I looking for, Macheo? I'm looking for some good V. Where is the V? Give it to me. I need some V. It makes me happy. Where's the V? Let me get some of that value, girl. Girl, let me get some value. Good morning. Good morning, Simply Vibing. Where's the value? I know what the debt is going to be. I know what the opening bid's going to be, but I don't know if I should buy it. So we need to determine what the value is. So we're going to hippity hop it, do not stop, and jump back to the foreclosure announcement. From the foreclosure announcement, I'm going to look for the address. I can then take that address and go look at comps. What are similar bedroom, bathroom square footage? Call a real estate agent. Go to the county appraisal district. Go to Zillow, whatever. I'm ballparking this in the beginning. So I go to the county appraisal district. They say it's worth $277. Everybody type 277 in the chat. 277. That's what they say. Is that accurate? I don't know. I'm just ballparking. In the beginning, 2 to 3 minutes. If I really like it, 2 to 3 hours. Before I'm going to drop some cash on something, I'm going to do some deep dive. But in the beginning, I don't want to waste time. If that's true, and it's really worth $277,000 according to the county appraisal district, which is usually lower, 277, let's take inventory of that. So I've got good D. You don't have to tell me twice. Now I found good V, good value. If it's worth 277, what's my potential profit? Come here, chat. If my D is negative 54 and my V is positive 277, what is my potential profit? What's my PP? If my D is negative 54,000 and my value is positive 277,000, how big is my PP? Positive 223. Oops, that's a 6. We're going to keep the 6 because why not? How big is my PP? Yes or no? Is my PP big enough for you? Yes or no? Do you like it? Should we continue researching? Is this an asset you could play with? Yes! $220,000? That's some good potential profit. I'm in. Let's go. Please do. Come on. You ready? Let's go. I'll take it. I'll take it. Desperation is the mother. Anyway, doesn't matter. $277,000. Continue researching. I like it. Take an inventory. The debt on this transaction, $54,000. That's the opening bid. The potential value on this, $277,000. We're looking at a potential profit of $223,000. Ready to rock and roll. The question that I get at this part of the journey, is, can I borrow money to buy a foreclosure? What do you think? Yes or no? Can you get a loan to buy a foreclosure? Type Y for yes, type N for no. How would you get the funds? I told you this is the part of the journey I get that question. Yes or no? Do you think you can borrow money to buy a foreclosure? Answer, another daily double. Yes, you can borrow money to get a foreclosure. However, oh, this is turning left. Baby, this is right. This is right. Shh. Let me do the talking. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So you can borrow money for a foreclosure auction, but you would need to do it before the auction date. You would have the money ahead of time, and then you would take the funds with you and then go to auction. So you can totally borrow the money. Yes. Cool. There's many lenders that do this. So now let's say we get our money ready. We're ready to go buy this thing. We got a potential profit of $220,000. Baby, I'm in like Flint. Rowdy, what about liens? Oh, yeah. Okay. So everybody type L in the chat. We got to look for liens. Everybody type L. I forgot about that. Small detail. Everybody type L in the chat. Let's define what this is. We can use your own money for sure. Lien is a debt is a lien. By the way, if you didn't get a chance to register, I've got a free class I'm teaching August 8th at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern. If you want to be there, the class is free. Just say me in the chat if you want to register, and I'll show you how to register for free. Cool? A lien is a debt. A debt is a lien. So before I buy a foreclosure, let's understand what a lien is. A lien is an unpaid debt to somebody. It's an unpaid debt. So let's say somebody hired a contractor to renovate a bathroom and they didn't pay the final invoice on that. Me. Okay, so if you want to register for the class, it's Saturday, August 8th. Really quick, just tap on this guy. There's a little button down there. Tap on it. It'll pop up. It'll say class register August 8th, 9 a.m. Central Time. How to get assets. If you want to learn how to find assets that produce profit, tap on this button and register for the class. If you want to learn how to evaluate the assets that you then find to make sure they produce profit like we are now, tap on the button to register. And then number 3, what if I'm scared? What if I'm worried? What if I'm overwhelmed? What if I'm uncertain? I'm going to teach you how we take fake money, not real, and we buy fake AI-generated assets. What? It's not real. That way you can practice buying assets without risking your own money. If you want to be there Saturday, August 8th, tap on this. It'll pop up to register, and then add the Zoom information. It's all on Zoom. If you can't make it, please don't register. I've only got 200 spots. So if you can't be there, please don't register. Don't take a spot from somebody else that can make it. There's only 200 spots available. Once you get registered, say done, back to this. So a lien is an unpaid debt. If I'm looking at buying a foreclosed property, which is what we're talking about right now, how to find and evaluate a foreclosure in 5 steps or less. If I'm looking at a foreclosure and somebody had a contractor come out and do a bathroom remodel, and they didn't pay the final invoice on the bathroom remodel, well, that contractor can put a lien or a debt on the asset, meaning when they sell their house, that contractor finally gets paid. If I'm buying foreclosures, I want to look for those unpaid debts. Some of them I may be responsible for, some of them I may not be responsible for. So, if I'm looking at my 5 steps to evaluate foreclosures, what step would I go to find liens? Let me know in the comments. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, or 5. Type the number in the chat. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Type the number in the chat. Good morning. Solar panel lien on here in Texas. In the state of Texas, you are not liable, consultant attorney. Your laws are going to be different in your state. You are not liable for solar panel liens. I can tell you about Luis. He's one of our passive income club members. It's a private group that I run. He bought a foreclosure in Collin County in Texas. There was a solar panel lien. The solar panel company called him and said, hey, you better pay that invoice. I see you bought the house. He said, you can kick rocks. They said, what? They said, he said, if you want the solar panels to be on the front yard, that's not my debt. In this state of Texas, it could vary in your state. You are not responsible for a solar panel lien. Consultant attorney, do not listen to me. Listening to me can be hazardous to your health and cause indigestion, upset stomach, heartburn, diarrhea, and rare insisting to last longer than 4 hours. Please consult a medical professional if you continue on and listen to this TikTok live. Got it? Cool. So I'm going to go look for my source. I'm going to go to the county clerk's office to look for liens. So I search who maintains property records in the state of Texas. I then go to that source, which is the county clerk's office. The county clerk's office has the list of foreclosures, but they also have the list of liens. Let's go see if there's any liens. That was so fast. I think I passed out from lack of oxygen. I'm good. I'm locked in. We're going to go look for liens. You ready? So I go to the county clerk. County clerk has the list of liens. Oh, wait a minute. What? What is this? What is this? Is he flinching or anybody else? Can y'all, did it glitch? Are we back? If we're back, type B in the chat. I think it was like freaking out for a second. Oh no. Are we back? Type B in the chat if we're back. No, we're not back. Type B in the chat if we're back. Okay. Kind of glitching, but we're good now? It did. Better now. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I go to the county clerk's office. I look for liens. I find the liens. And then this is what I see. I see a lien. There's a lien. County clerk's office. I've got my deed of trust. Deed is the ownership document. It's who owns the property. The deed of trust is the contract saying there's debt. There's a mortgage on the property. I look through all this stuff and I find a lien. A lien is a debt. It's an additional debt. And I find that. So let's go look at the lien. I did some due diligence ahead of time. Let's get inventory. And I found that this lien is a negative $50,000. Negative $50,000. So if the lien is negative 50, and my potential profit was actually 223, and then I subtract my lien debt, what is my new potential profit? Let me know in the comments. 223 minus $50,000 is what? 223 minus 50 equals What? Let me know in the chat. Good morning. $223 in potential profit minus $50,000 in this lien that we're likely going to be responsible for is what? How much? 173. Okay, so I've got a potential profit of 173,000. Do we still like this? Yes or no? We're looking at a foreclosure. We evaluated it line by line. I've got $173,000 in potential profit. Do we still like it? Yes or no? Yeah, 173 grand, even though there's a $50,000 lien. That's good. I mean, how many $173,000 profit deals do you need in your lifetime? As many as I can get, yes, but how many until you're free? Hell yeah. So let's go buy it. Ready to go buy it. I did notice that I could actually click on the lien and it would open a PDF. And then I can look at the PDF file and I can read what the lien's about. Should we read what it's about? Type Y for yes. Or should we skip it and it's not an important detail? Type N for no. Should I open up the file and review what the lien's about? Y for yes, N for no. Like, is more information helpful to us before I'm going to spend, some decent change here? Open it? Open it? Okay, all right. Oh, let's open it up. So, county clerk office, I open up the lien. We're going to take a head in the sand, read every lien. Okay, we're just going to take a quick look, just quick glance. D for Doug, come on now. Nah, you don't need that. You don't need that negativity in your life. Glitching again. What the crack? What the? Gosh, dog. All right. I don't know what's going on, bruh. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think big foreclosure industry is trying to shut us down. Freezing? What? Major glitch. Dude, I've got the Google Fiber, I think. See you August 8th. Love it. Love it. Major glitch. Freezing again. I think I've got AT&T Fiber or Google Fiber or whatever. And I bought the biggest, baddest package. The guy that installed it was like, dude, you don't need all of this. I was like, no. He's like, bro, you don't. Oh my gosh. Gosh. You're looking at me posing and making funny faces. I need to stand in crazy positions. Okay, we're back. We're back. All right. Hey, we're back. I apologize about the internet. I think I paid my bill. I don't know. All right, here we go. So I'm looking at the lien. We've got $173,000. I got Starlink as backup. I need to get finalized and set up. But yeah, you're 100%. So anyway, $173,000. I find the lien. It says fire damage. Oh, get it together, baby. Come on now. Fire damage. Okay, so let's get inventory. If I buy a house and there's a lien on the property and it's a fire damage lien, that means there was fire damage in the house. I know, I'm here all day. If you ever need intelligence, I'm the guy to call. But what does this mean? The lien means they didn't pay the final invoice. So maybe the work wasn't done. Okay, let's take inventory really quick. Where there is fire, there is, answer it for me in the chat. Where there is fire, there is, what other kind of damage? I've got fire damage. I've got smoke damage. I called a big fire truck. Big red fire truck with big strong firemen, big hairy chest, big muscly arms. Get out of their big red truck. And they pull out their big hoses. That's right, Sarah. They're big hoses, Sarah. When a fireman pulls out his hose, what does he squirt on your house? Let me know in the comments. What does the fireman squirt on the house? When the fireman opens up his hose, what comes out of the hose? Does anybody know? I need one of those. What? You need fire damage? What? Water. Water comes out of the hose. So now I've got water damage. When water sits in a dark place, it grows. What does it grow? When water sits in a dark environment, it grows. Some of y'all need to lock in. What are we talking about? Better water than mold. Taking inventory of what a fire damage lien on a foreclosure could mean. Fire damage, smoke damage, water damage, mold, all kinds of stuff, toxic flowers, mushrooms, parasites. We're getting all the stuff today. That's all stuff that I'm going to have to deal with. Attracts pests. These are all things that I'm going to have to deal with just based on an unpaid fire damage lien on a foreclosure property that I'm looking at buying. For that reason, I'm out. I'm going to peace out, Girl Scout. Everybody say out. How many of you are out on this deal? I have no experience with fire damage mitigation. If there's smoke in the walls, I don't know how to get it out. Do I take the walls down? Did you have to rebuild the whole thing too? Out, out, out. I talked to one person one time. They're like, dude, I own a fire mitigation company. They were like, this is no problem. Well, with that kind of experience, you might lean, I'm in. You might lean into this. This might be the perfect situation. Yeah, if my house looks like burnt toast, I'm not buying the house. Cool? So we just evaluated an asset, quick mold test, all kinds of stuff. How do I find and evaluate assets in 5 steps or less? We just walked through it. Let's recap. And then if you didn't get a chance to register for the free class on Saturday, I'll give you another chance to do it, and then we're going to look at other asset types. So if you want to register for the class, it's Saturday, August 8th at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern. We're going to learn how to find assets that produce profit so that you can get freedom in 7 years or less on average is what we do. So if you want to be in that class for free, just type me in the comments. To review what we talked about just now, how do I find and evaluate a foreclosure in 5 steps or less? Step number 1 is you figure out what state you're in. Who maintains property records in Texas? You're going to search that. Number 2, you then go to the source, to that property record. So who maintains property records in Tennessee? Who maintains property records? You're going to search that. Then you're going to find the list at the source for you. In my state, it's the county clerk. That's going to be your list. You look for the debt, you look for the value, then you look for the liens. That's what we just went through. Ohio, who maintains property records in Ohio? What's the source? Go to the county clerk, so on and so forth. If you want to register for the class on Saturday, August 8th, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, just tap down here. There's a little button down there somewhere. When you tap on it, it'll pop up. It'll say class register. Side note, I only have 200 spots. It's hosted on Zoom, so I can share my screen and show you deals behind the scenes. If you can't be there, please don't save a spot. It's Saturday, August 8th. There's only 200 spots available. So if you want to be there and you can be there, please go register if you want to. If you can't be there, please don't take a spot. Please do not register because I've only got 200 spots. Cool? But once you register, come in the comments and say done, so I know you're good to go. And we're going to pivot and go to another asset type. Live right now. Awesome? Once you're registered, say done in the chat. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know what's going on with the internet. I don't know. The tech is always sus. So if you're new here, let me know in the chat, where are you tuning in from? What part of the globe are you in? My name is Will. I'm in Texas. If you want to hang out with us every day, big pencil time. Follow my tip. We're going to play a game called Just the Tip. Somewhere up here, there's a follow button. And if you tap on the follow button, you can hang out with us all the time. Connecticut. Good morning, Connecticut. Tennessee. Good morning. Arkansas. Dude, Arkansas is beautiful. I was in Hot Springs a couple weeks ago. Beautiful. Good morning, Kansas. That's assuming we're on a globe. All right, what spaceship are you on, man? Pennsylvania. Nigeria. Good morning. Have y'all seen, what's the movie? Project Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling. Dude, great movie if you're a sci-fi. Our community, let's go, let's go. All right, check this out. Let's get into more assets right now. Can I show you some secret sauce? Come here. Let me give you some secret sauce. Who wants the secret sauce? Type sauce in the chat. Type sauce in the chat, and I'll give you the secret sauce. Let's go here. All right, we talked a little bit about this yesterday. Sauce. 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 Okay, also that. Also that. All right, come over here. Let's get inventory of this. Give me all the sauce, baby. I got you. You got something right here. You got some, and also here randomly. That's weird, Vero. Why is it? Oh, and over here. How do you, anyway, again, it depends on what the sauce is. Good morning. Good morning. What planet are you on? Okay, so let's walk through a couple of different things. We talked about this yesterday, but finding the money to buy the assets is crucial. And one of the ways that we find the money to buy the assets is through tax savings. So if you're a business owner, type B in the chat. If you're an employee, type E in the chat. I'm going to walk you through how everybody, business owner and employees, can lower their taxable income. I'm going to walk you through the basics. Show you how to do this, then we'll get a little bit. Good morning. Good morning. All right, all right, all right. E is saving some. Okay, all right, good morning. Employee, if you're a business owner, type B. If you're an employee, type E. So buying assets can actually lower your taxable income. Let me show you an example. Let's say that you've got income of, hypothetically, $231,000. So this is your income. Let me get a calculator too. B, business owner. Okay, so let's say, I don't know, you're in a 25% tax rate. So we're going to take $231,000 And if we multiply that times 0.25, your tax bill is going to be about $57,000. Everybody in the chat say, ouch. $57,000 is going to be your tax bill. Ah! So in this situation so far, our tax bill, how much? Oh! $57,000. Oh my gosh! I know. Let's do something. How many of you want to see if we can make this tax bill go to zero? Type 0 in the chat. Type 0 in the chat. Do you have a certain schedule? It's random and sporadic. Tomorrow morning I'm going to go live around 6:30 a.m. Central Time, which is 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, God willing. 6:30 a.m. Central Time, 7:30 Eastern. All right, so let me walk you through this. How can I make this go to zero? All right, well, one of the ways that you can do it is you can buy assets. If you're interested in buying assets, type A in the chat. Whether you're an employee or a business owner, you can use, good Lord, that's early. Paulie G, you want to sleep faster. You can sleep slow. You can take your time and you can sleep in and you can miss all the good things in life. Or you can wake up early. You just got to sleep faster. That's what Arnold says. So here we go. You want to buy assets. Let's use this as an example. But I'll teach you over and over and over again of the assets that we can acquire. Call your friend. He works for the IRS. Everything's going to be in Arnold's voice now. Let's say you wanted to buy a laundromat. This could work for self-storage facilities. This can work for rental properties, multifamily complexes, apartments, all kinds of stuff. Hopefully, Brandy, no one is up at 6:30 a.m. unless you have kids. Come on, girl. Good morning. So I go out there and I find this laundromat. Lesson number one, I'm not going to buy an asset just for tax savings. It needs to produce profit. Duh. I know, but sometimes the pain of taxes is so high, you'll do anything. This is why people buy Mercedes G-Wagons or $100,000 Cadillac Escalades. They buy a depreciating asset in an effort to lower their taxes. They spend $100,000 to save 25 grand. Huh? We buy assets that cash flow. Not Arnold's voice. Listen now. Listen here, little girl. You'll listen to me. I'll do what you... Okay, we're going to stop. It's getting out of control. So I want to make sure it produces profit. Even though the tax pain is high, I want to buy my freedom, and how I buy my freedom is buying assets to give me income, disconnected from time. When I do that, you get financially free on average in 7 years or less. How you do this? Asking price is $350,000. Cool. Revenue, which is income directly from the customers, is $180,000. That's the revenue directly from the customers. Then I subtract my expenses, and that's going to settle on my profit. My profit in this transaction is $63,000. So if I buy this laundromat is doing 60 grand a year in profit. Okay. But there's also something called FFE. Everybody in the chat, type FFE. I want you to remember, SDE, seller discretionary earnings, NOI, net operating income, EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization. There's a lot of different ways to say that, and it means different things. But let's focus on FFE. FFE stands for furniture, fixture, equipment. If you have an STD, type STD. Wow, him again. Got an STD. Well, good to know. Everybody keep your distance. FFE stands for furniture, fixture, equipment. Furniture, fixture, equipment. If you buy certain businesses and asset types, you can add up all the furniture, fixture, and equipment inside of that asset. In a laundromat, I can add up the washers and dryers, and I can have the economic value of those washer and dryers. So washer dryers are between $7,000 and $17,000 brand new. I can add up all the value of that, and I've got two options. So let's break down what depreciation means. Depreciation. Everybody type D in the chat for depreciation. Depreciation is something going down in value. Let me give you an example. Let's say I go to the store today and I buy a brand new TV. Take it out of the box, put it on my wall. Tomorrow, I don't like the TV, so I have a garage sale and I sell the television. I bought it at the store today. Tomorrow I have a garage sale. Can I sell the TV for the same price, type S, or do I sell it for less? Let me know. Are these numbers in the realm of reality? This is a real deal. What reality are you living in? Can I sell it for the same price or less? I bought the TV at the store yesterday. I try to sell it tomorrow. Less. That's depreciation. A brand new TV at the store is worth more than a used TV at my house. Talking about the revenue. I'm talking about the deal. The deal includes revenue. The deal includes expenses. The deal includes FFE. The deal includes everything. Cool? Got it. Next. So that's depreciation. depreciation exists. Things become less valuable over time. Therefore, if I buy this laundromat, I have arrived. Good morning, Gotham. Pleasure to have you, good sir. If I buy this laundromat, there's an economic value of the washers and dryers that is going to go down in value over time. They get old, they wear out, they rust out like your ex. They're broken also like your ex. Because these things break down over time and now you're an owner of the asset, the IRS says because you're an owner, you can take a portion of that depreciation off of your taxes. Two things. You've got two options with depreciation now that we understand what that means. Option number one is you can take a little bit of that depreciation over time, a little bit year after year after year after year. Or option two, if you choose to, you can add up all the value of that depreciation and you can accelerate it into the first year. Let's do option one for the sake of this conversation. Good morning, fighting crime. My FF&E deduction is $231,000. If I choose to and I want to accelerate it all into the first year, remember, our income in this example is $231,000. If I don't do, good morning, Shelly's House of Speed. Good morning. Did you just sleepy-eyed? Good morning. My tax bill, if I do nothing, is $57,000. Oh! Nothing makes my knees weak like a big tax bill. $231,000 is the income at a 25% tax rate. That's a $57,000 tax bill. However, if I accelerate my depreciation deduction on this asset, I created a $231,000 year one deduction, taking my taxable income to what? Let me know in the comments. 231 minus 231 equals, let me know in the comments. What's my taxable income? Good morning. Paulie G. Univision. Missile. Adrian. Jason, it's 031. My taxable income is zero. If I'm at a 25% tax rate, now this is only for my math nerds. 25% times 0 equals what, Gotham? Hannah, 25% times 0 equals, if my tax rate's 25%, anything times 0 also equals 0. No taxes due. 5. That's right, Gotham. That's that New York City public education system kicking in. 0. Nothing to pay. Instead of having a $57,000 tax bill, you now have $57,000 in your pocket. For year number 2, what do? You've got 57 grand. What would you take and spend your money on? How many of you would buy another asset? Type A for asset. How many of you would waste it away? Type W for waste it. Sell the business. And deal with depreciation recapture. Brilliant. You'd have to pay all that back. Don't do that. Why would you buy a profitable asset and then sell the profitable asset? I'll deserve a vacation. Let's go. 5 and W. We continue to invest and buy other assets because the formula, come over here, the formula is very simple. We buy assets that produce profit. When the profit is greater than your expenses, you're financially free. So we come over here. What's our formula? Good morning, Eddie. Good morning, sunshine. So we buy assets. Those assets produce passive income. The passive income when greater than or equal to your expenses. So if you've got an asset that produces income, you just need to get more assets to cover your expenses and then you're done. And you can use tax savings in this example. The next year, so let's say in this example, you've got asset 1, which is a laundromat. That laundromat produces, in this example, $60,000 in profit per year. After you maximize tax savings, you have $57,000 for a down payment for next year. You buy another asset. The problem with this particular asset is nobody is living in Harris County willingly. That's okay. Whether it's against their will or not, they have dirty clothes. That's all that matters, baby. Good morning. So now I've got $57,000 in tax savings. I use that to go buy asset number 2. Everybody type 2 in the chat. Type 2 in the comments. I want you to understand the core of how we use tax savings to buy assets. Those assets buy our freedom. You don't have to wait until you're 75 years old to retire. 5, 2. So when I get asset 2, I use that. How I got asset 2 is to use my tax savings. And now you're stumbling upon the great question. Instead of asking yourself the question, how many years until I can retire, we ask ourselves the question, how many assets must I acquire? Because assets that produce passive income when greater than or equal to your expenses, you're financially free. If you have an asset that gives you $1,000 a month in profit, hypothetically, and your personal living expenses are $5,000, how many assets do I need? 5. Instead of asking yourself the question, how many years until I can retire, we ask ourselves the question, how many assets must I acquire? And if you find yourself 5 assets away from freedom, how much faster do you get to freedom when you utilize tax savings? Ding, 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 ding. Good morning. Good morning. That's the name of the game. If you want to hang out with us every day, we go live all the time. My name is Will. I've been buying assets since I was 20 years old. If you want to hang out with us, tap on the follow button. I go live all the time. One of the assets that I own now is a CPA tax firm. I buy businesses too. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And I'm going to get a little bit deeper into tax savings. How many of you want to learn more about tax savings? Things you can do to save on taxes, take the tax savings, and then go buy assets. Type T in the chat for tax savings. That just blew my mind. Good morning. Good morning. I'll do another asset and how it saves you on taxes in just a minute if you want to. Yes? Okay. Okay, we'll get into quite a few things. I will also, I think I've got some spots. I'll open up a handful of tax savings estimation calls. I wish I knew this when I was 20. That's the most common thing I hear. The most common thing I hear back is, where were you 30 years ago? Mahalo! Mahalo, my brother. But I'm here now. So I found you now. I've been doing this a long time. So if you want a free tax savings call, I don't know if I've got availability. I know I've got some availability. So if you want to sit down and estimate tax savings together, what I would do is I'm going to open them up now, and then they're going to fill up. Every time I do this, it fills up because they're free tax savings estimation calls. If you want to talk to myself or my team and estimate tax savings together, I own a CPA tax firm. I'm in all 50 states. If you want to talk to us, just tap on this button. Mahalo, my sister. Mahalo, my sister. Tap on this thing down here. When it pops up, it'll say tax savings estimate, and then go save your spot. Yes, where you been all my life? I've been right here. I've been looking for you. Why have you been running? You can run, but you can't hide. No. Anyway, so to book a free tax call, if there's availability, tap right here, and then you just go down a little bit, and it says tax savings estimate call. So one more time, tap on the orange button right here, boop, go down a little bit, and it says tax savings estimate call. So go save your spot, come back in the comments and say booked or done or saved, something like that. I've got a handful of time. The calls are free, but they're not unlimited. So if you want to save your spot, go save your spot now. Let's get a little bit deeper into the principles and the rooter of the tutor. Walk through this. I won't hide no more, baby. Come on. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's go through a little bit of stuff here. How do I walk through some of the basics of tax savings? Let's get into this. I just text Quinn. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I'll follow up with him. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. So the basics of this game that you have to understand is that tax savings is built for ownership. Everybody in the comments, type O. Tax savings is built for ownership. Ownership. And I'm going to show you the IRS tax forms to prove it. Tax savings is built for ownership. If you do not own, you will pay. So if you're an employee, you don't own anything. There's no tax savings for you. If you're a business owner, there is tax savings for you. Under the business owner category, even if it's a side hustle, even if it's a side business, even if it's affiliate marketing or TikTok shop or whatever you're doing, you have what's called the Schedule C form. This is like entry-level tax savings, and I'm going to show that form to you in just a minute. That way you can comprende, you can understand how this thing works. It's not complicated. This is not rocket surgery. If I'm leading the class, trust me, you can understand it. But what if I'm just an employee? Is there anything that I can do? Well, remember, tax law is built for ownership. So what are some things that we can own, let me know in the comments, that would unlock tax savings for us? What are some things that we could own that would unlock tax savings for us? Let me know in the chat. Good morning. What are some things that we can own that would unlock tax savings for us? Anybody have any ideas? What are some things that we can own that would unlock tax savings for us? I could own a house, so let's say a rental property, laundromat. Okay, so as an employee, if I buy assets, specifically, let's say rental property, rentals, laundromat, we just went through that one, laundry, parking lots, car wash, assets. Assets, things that are producing income. Assets, real estate, businesses. If you wanted to be an employee, you could step into business. And now you unlock another tax form, 100%. I'm going to show you what we're going to talk about here is called the Schedule E tax form. So if you're an employee and you want to buy assets, or if you're a business owner and you want to buy assets, type A for asset in the chat. I'm going to show you the IRS forms right now. I want you to put your eyes on it and understand how this stuff works. Type A in the chat. A, okay. All right, come here, check. Shelly, let's go. Shelly, you know the game. All right, so watch this. I'm going to go to the internets. So we're going to open up the internets and we're going to do this together. You ready? I'm going to search IRS Schedule E. So grab a screenshot, take pictures, whatever you got to do. IRS Schedule E. Got it? You're going to search this too. The very first thing that pops up is irs.gov, and it's the Schedule E. E form. E for echo. E for elephant. E for exponential. E for, I don't know, I'm all out. I'm still learning. Let's go. Will always be a mystery. Always be a mystery. So I go to the Schedule E form. We're going to open this form up. E for effort. E for, yo, wait a minute. Yo, everybody say yo in the chat. Yo. So I'm on the Schedule E form. Schedule E form. From assets that I own, rental real estate, royalties, partnerships. Yo! Rental real estate. Let's say you buy real estate. Two things. Income from the asset. Cool. Check this out. Expenses of the asset. If I do advertising, I can deduct that as an expense. What if I have a rental property? If I use my phone for, let's say, 30% to run my rental property, yes or no? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Can I deduct the portion of my cell phone bill that I use for that business? Y for yes, N for no. Can I deduct a portion of that cell phone bill? I can't deduct all of it. I use some of it for personal, but I also use some of it for business. Oh, I'm already spending money on this, right? If I'm spending money on the cell phone bill, in the comments, what's your cell phone payment? What's your cell phone payment? What does it cost you per month for your cell phone bill? Let me know in the chat. I think mine's like 200 and something change, something like that. 140, 200 Jason, 120, 250. What's it cost you per month? Now, here's the thing. You're already spending money on that. So you don't have to spend any new money. And you found a new deduction. Oh, you didn't buy something. You just lowered your taxes by taking an expense you're already incurring and deducting a portion of it legally. That's using tax law to your benefit. One of the ways to do that is to assets. One of the ways to do that is to owning businesses. What we talked about earlier is buying a laundromat, adding up the equipment, the washers, the dryers, and accelerating the depreciation in the first year. That's line 18. Line 18 is depreciation expense. This exists in real estate. This exists in Airbnbs. This exists in self-storage. Line 18 is when you buy assets and you take that depreciation expense off of your taxes. So that's that form on asset acquisition. By the way, if you need to learn how to lower your taxes, I go live all the time. If you want to hang out with us, just tap on the follow button. I teach for free. I also own a CPA tax firm. I'm in all 50 states. If you need tax savings help, I've got a ton of free resources that I can send to you. If you want to book a free tax call with us, just tap on this down here. If there's any availability left, you can save your spot. If there's not availability left, I love you. Mandy came in the other day and was like trying to book a spot. She's like, there's no availability. I love you. I'm sorry. But just tap on this guy down here. It'll pop up. It looks like this. I'll show you. When you tap on it down here, it'll pop up. When it pops up, just scroll a little bit. And it says tax savings estimate call. I put those calls together. I open up a little bit of time every now and then so that we can sit down for free and estimate tax savings. If there's money you're leaving on the table, I will show you where the money's at. Cool? Once you save your spot, come in the comments and say done. If you bet an asset, buy probably, an asset through an LLC, can you deduct from your W-2? Your Schedule E goes with your 1040 tax return, and you can take some of those expenses off of your W-2. There's also something called material participation test. So if you take the depreciation, all that stuff. What happens when you sell the property? Does that depreciation get taxed again? There's something called depreciation recapture. Let's go through that right now. If you didn't get a chance, go book your tax savings call spot down there. All right, come over here. So let's talk about depreciation recapture, and then I'll show you how to get around it, how to avoid depreciation recapture completely. But remember the principle. Tax savings is for ownership. Schedule C for business owners, I'm going to get to in a minute. Schedule E, assets. When I buy an asset, Schedule E. All right, so let's get to it, and let's talk about depreciation recapture. We're going to get, well, it's getting kind of nerdy. I'm down. I mean, I'll nerd out together. We'll nerd out together. So let's get into this. Depreciation recapture. So remember, depreciation is the value of something going down over time. So if I buy a laundromat, for example, with the example we used earlier, but this can apply to real estate or something like that. So if I buy a laundromat, I can add up the washer. If you're from West Virginia, that's called a worsher. It's called a worsher. Had me at nerd mode. Good. I've had you many different ways this morning. Good morning. Good morning. So I can buy a worsher, or inside of my laundromat, I've got a dryer. Well, let's just take the equipment. So this is categorized as equipment. Because washers, worshers, and dryers go down over time, they wear out, they break down, all that kind of stuff. Well, the IRS allows me to subtract that from my taxes. That's called a depreciation deduction. So let's categorize all of this as depreciation. I don't know how to spell depreciation, so we're just going to do that. However the hell you spell that word, depreciation. It sounded good in my head, but it didn't come out well. Depreciation, I can add all that up, and I've got two options. I can take a little bit of that deduction over time, or I can accelerate it and take it all at once. If I accelerate and take depreciation all at once, and then the next year I sell the asset, depreciation recapture is the IRS taking that back. Depreciation, thank you, Peter. I wish I had autocorrect on this thing. I'm working on it. Sometimes the words come out spelled right, sometimes they don't. I know. So recapture, think about it. If I buy the laundromat, and then the economic value of my washer and dryers is $100,000, and I subtract $100,000 from my taxes, and the next year I sell it, and the next guy does the same thing, he takes another $100,000, well, now the IRS is going to lose money, and they're going to keep flipping the asset. I took the deduction, and the next year the guy took the same deduction. So the IRS would lose its butt if there wasn't a recapture. So what happens is the next year, if I sold it, I took my depreciation in year one, and then year two, if I decided to sell the asset, the IRS says, hey, we need to recapture some of that depreciation. So they recapture it. Then the guy or gal that buys the asset would take the depreciation the year that they bought it. Make sense? Do we kind of understand depreciation recapture, what it's about and what it means high level? Way more details to it. Just trying to keep it simple. Depreciation recapture exists because the IRS would lose its hiney if it just continued to allow it to happen. So they recapture it. Does this make sense? Type Y for yes, type N for no. If it's clear as mud, type mud. Good morning. If you're new here, my name is Will. I go live all the time. We learn how to buy assets at cashflow. Yes, yes. And I own a CPA tax firm. I give away a ton of free stuff. I got a ton of free stuff to help you out. Mud, okay, fair. Now I'm going to dive into this a little bit more detailed. I've got free tax savings audiobooks. I've got free tax savings resources. How many of you want some of those free resources? Just say me in the chat. How many of you want to learn more how you can lower your taxable income? Just say me in the comments. I'm going to clean off the board. This will give you a chance. I'll send you some of the free audiobooks, free resources that I have if you want it. Good morning. Good morning, me. Okay, so I've got a free tax savings audiobook. It's about 57 minutes long. It's about an hour. It's an audiobook, so I wrote it and I read it. All you have to do is listen. If you want that book for free, just text me. Jason, what is it? I think it's tax. Text me the word tax to 737-510-2009. That's my phone number. You're going to send me a text message. Text message me the word tax. That cues, it creates an automation on my side, and I'll automatically send you my free tax savings book. So text me the word tax to my phone number. What's my phone number? 737-510-2009. Cool? And I'll send it to you for free. I should sell it, but I don't. I give it away for free. Oh my gosh, great audiobook, let's go. And if you enjoy it, awesome. If you don't enjoy it, well then screw you too, pal. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I'll send that book to you for free. Just text me the word tax. 737 is my phone number, 510-2009. Vero Fun, also, side note while we're here, speaking of my phone number, Vero, will you please stop sending me feed pictures? I got a call from Verizon yesterday, and they're like, there's a lot of media coming through from this Houston, Texas phone number. And I go, I know, dude, she won't stop. I stopped replying to her years ago. Every day, 3 times a day. It's out of control. It's out of control. All right? Jeez Louise. Okay, so let's go here. How do you avoid depreciation recapture? You ready? Cecilia, it's crazy. Depreciation recapture, how do I avoid it? Y'all want to get deeper? Type D in the chat if I can go deeper. Univision, audiobook is a text message, phone number, not in the chat. 737-510-2009 is my phone number. Y'all want to go deeper? Type D in the chat. We'll go a little bit deeper. 1031 exchange, maybe. Oh, Sarah, I've got this giant pile of papers. I just go deeper and don't ask. Okay. See, I'm a gentleman. I ask. But anyway, and also it's the law here. Texas is a consent first state. So in order for me to go deeper, I've got to get your full consent. Otherwise, lots of legal, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so let's talk about depreciation recapture. Let me show you an example. So let's talk about opportunity zone investing. This is one of my, you're making us wait. This is one of my favorite things, opportunity zone investing. Let's say hypothetically, I find a commercial real estate property, but it can be whatever. Commercial real estate property, and it's $1 million, and it's in an opportunity zone. Come here. An opportunity zone is an area that Congress passed by law that if you invest in, there's going to be huge tax benefits. So we're going to go back to the internets. You ready? We're going to type in HUD, opportunity zone map. So this is my search. This is my search. HUD OZ map. Everybody, grab a screenshot or search this as we're doing this live. HUD OZ map. HUD is Housing and Urban Development. That's the government. Opportunity zone is the areas all around the United States, in all 50 states, that you can invest in and get major tax benefits. So let's open this up. U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development takes us to the map of opportunity zones, and we're going to look. In the comments below, let me know what state you're in. What state are you tuning in from? My name is Wet Willie. I'm in Texas. Where are you at? We're going to see if your state is on the map and if you've got any opportunity zones, if you want to. Momo, let's go to Missouri. Where's Missouri? It's above Arkansas? Oh, it's kind of over here. Springfield? That's like, is that where Lincoln's from? Springfield, Missouri. Opportunity zones. Minnesota. Minnesota, you know. Let's go up to Minneapolis. I've never been to Minnesota, but I hear it's nice. Minneapolis? Basically the entire city of Minneapolis. W2 land. Oh, W2 land, I love it. Basically the entire city of Minneapolis is an opportunity zone. Florida. Okay, we'll go to San Jose. We'll go west, then we'll go east. San Jose is like Northern California, kind of by San Francisco. There's San Fran. I don't know where San Jose is. There it is. San Jose. Opportunity zone. If you buy in this area, major benefits. Yaru, Florida. Love Florida. Let's jump over to Florida. Go down to Florida. Basically the entire state of Florida. Opportunity zone, South Florida, up the coastline, opportunity zone, over to Tampa, down into Orlando, opportunity zones. Now, what does this mean? How does this save on taxes? Oklahoma, Jesse, I got you. Abraham Lincoln was born, I missed it. You know Abraham Lincoln was really good at wrestling? Isn't that interesting? Crazy. Oklahoma City, major opportunity zone investing. The Tennessee Titans are building a new football stadium. Did you know this? New football stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Guess where they built that? Everybody type OZ in the chat. Why would the Tennessee Titans build their football stadium in an opportunity zone? Everybody type OZ in the chat. Did you know that? They're building their new stadium in an opportunity zone. And all the surrounding area is also an opportunity zone that they own. Why would they do that? Let's learn from the wealthy. Come here. You ready? It's just us for houses. They're doing it with a football stadium. No. Real estate inside of an opportunity zone can be used for a variety of different things. So let's take inventory. Step number one, you've got to have a capital gain event. All of this, the catalyst, the start of all of this is a capital gain event. Capital gain event. You have a stock, it went up in value, you sell it. You have real estate, it goes up in value. How many of you have a capital gain event? If you're going to have that in the future or you've got that happening soon, then let me know what it is. Is it stocks? Type S. Is it crypto? Type C. Is it a business? Type B. Is it real estate? Type R. How many of you have a capital gain event happening or going to happen? You bought something low, it's gone way up in value. Real estate, business, crypto, stocks. Good morning, Scotty. Something? All of those things, and then more, would qualify as a capital gain. So let's say you have a capital gain event. This is how opportunity zone investing starts. You've got to have a capital gain event. So let's say, hypothetically, you've got something. We're going to call it stocks. And let's say it's $1 million in capital gain. That's the gain. At a 20% capital gain tax rate, you're going to pay $200,000 in capital gains taxes. It's the sound you make. That's the cry you have every night when you go to sleep, realizing you're going to pay $200,000 in capital gains tax to Uncle Sam. You took all the risk, he gets 20% of the profits. Dang it. What kind of mob boss setup is this? But then you hang out with a guy like me. Here's how we're going to chip away at the tax bill and then really knock this out. So you've got $1 million in capital gain. You're like, hey man, is there anything that I can do to lower my taxes? I go, maybe. Maybe. So I take that $1 million, the gain, and I move it into an area inside of an opportunity zone. So I take the $1 million gain and I go buy this asset. Happens to be $1 million commercial property. When I do that, I've qualified for what's called Opportunity Zone 2.0, which is after July 6, 2026. The very first thing they do is they give me a 5-year deferral. Everybody type 5 in the chat. 5-year deferral. So if I sell my $1 million stock today and I put it into an opportunity zone, 5 years, it's not due until 2031. 2031. Okay. So that buys me 5 years of time to hang on to my $200,000 that is due to the IRS for me to do something with it. Maybe I grow the $200,000 to $250 over that 5 years. And then I've got 50 grand that I chipped away at my tax bill. So the principle here is chipping away at the tax bill. 5-year deferral, that buys me time. Number 2, because I've qualified for Opportunity Zone 2.0, which was put into place with the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, I now get a 10% step up in basis. What does that mean? What that means is I have a $1 million gain on my stocks that previously I would pay 20% on my $1 million gain. But the IRS says because you invested in an Opportunity Zone and you're in Opportunity Zone 2.0, that's not a $1 million gain. We're going to count that as only a $900,000 gain. 10% step up in basis. So my 20% capital gains tax is not on $1 million, it's only on $900,000. So my taxes due is not $200,000, it's only $180,000. In this example, I just saved $20,000 off the start. Is $20,000 a decent amount of money to save on your taxes? Yes or no? Type Y for yes, 20 grand's 20 grand. Type in for no, I'm too bougie for that. 20 grand is 20 grand. You just saved that because you qualified for Opportunity Zone 2.0 because you hang out with people like me. Come on now. That's just the beginning. So I take the capital gain and I go buy the commercial real estate. Where can I buy these commercial real or whatever kind of real estate? It's in Opportunity Zone maps. Opportunity Zone maps are all 50 states. This is passed by Congress. That means it's federal tax law. Alaska, Hawaii, and everybody in between. So let's go buy the property. So we buy $1 million property, happens to be a commercial property, and we hold that property. If that property goes up in value and I hold it for 10 years or longer, let's say hypothetically the $1 million property goes to a value of $5 million. I've improved it, I've cleaned it up, I've made it look nice, all the stuff. I've got renters in there. Over this 5-year time frame, I'm renting this commercial property and I'm making profit every single month. We call that cash flow. 10 years go by, it's worth $5 million. If I sell Gotham, I've got a $4 million capital gain. 20% of $4 million is how much? Let me know, chat. Anybody know? 20% of $4 million. What is my capital gain tax rate? Mr. Phil, I'm late. Good morning, Mr. Phil. Good morning, sunshine. 20% of $4 million is? What's my tax bill? $800,000. Oh my gosh, this is on the gain of the real estate inside of the opportunity zone. Well, because you purchased inside an opportunity zone, if you hold for 10 years or longer, that entire you can finance too, that entire capital gain is tax-free. What? If you buy in an opportunity zone with a capital gain, in this example, we had some stock, we sold it, and you hold that opportunity zone property for 10 years or longer, when you sell the property, the gain on the property is tax-free. Oh! Exactly. During that 10-year time frame, I had this commercial real estate and I was receiving rental income every single month for 10 years. It's 120 payments. I'll take it. All of Gotham is an opportunity zone. What if my value of my property is going up over time? What if at this point in time I refinance it? I refi. So I take my property goes up in value. I get a reappraisal of the property and I take out a new loan. And they cut me a check. Let's say they cut me a check for $200,000. They direct deposit that in my bank. When I get the $200,000, which is a refinance, a loan, is that taxed? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Is it taxed? Are loans taxed in the United States? Yes or no? Mr. Phil says, no way, Jose. Are loans taxed in the United States? When you bought a car with a loan, did you get taxed? When you swipe your credit card and use debt, do you get taxed? In the United States, debt is not taxed. So let's say I buy the asset. I've got a 5-year deferral. How this originally started is I had stocks that I sold. I had $1 million capital gain in that stock. 20% capital gain is $200,000 tax bill. I take that capital gain from the stocks and I buy an opportunity zone. Opportunity zone in less than 5 years goes up in value. Hypothetically, they cut me a check. I refinance, loan, not taxed. And they give me $200,000. I just got the money to pay the tax bill because I got a 5-year deferral. How many, is this making sense to you? This is strategy. This is tax strategy. It's thinking through the entire game plan before you make your first move. This is tax chess. We think about the moves before we make them. You may use the equity to pay the bill. Don't even have to pay the capital gains tax rate. The first year you save $20,000, so on and so forth. Good morning. If you're new here and you didn't get a chance, if you want to book a free tax savings call, I don't know if I've got any more availability, but I'll show you how I've got free tax savings audiobooks that I send to you, all that good stuff. How many of you want more tax savings resources? You want to learn how to do this? Just say me in the comments. Scotty, I got you. How do I find opportunity zones? I'll show you now. How many of you want like tax savings audiobook, all that stuff? Just say me in the chat and I'll show you to get that stuff. It's all free. I never charge. I give it away. My name is Will. I own a CPA tax firm. I'm happy to help you save on taxes. Anything that I can do. My loyalty is not to you becoming my customer. My loyalty is to screwing the federal government using tax law. I take the tax law, I turn it sideways, and I stick it straight. Doesn't matter. We don't need to talk about the details. It's fine. It's fine. Me. Okay. All right. So if you want to book a free tax savings call, you can do it here. Just tap on this guy. There's a little orange button at the bottom of the screen. When you tap on that, it'll pop up. And then you just scroll a little bit and it says free tax savings estimate. So we'll do I do free tax savings calls. I sit down, I find about your business, I find out about your situation. If you're an employee, what's going on. And then we find ways to lower your taxes. So if you want to save your spot, if there's any availability, come down here and tap on the orange button. You see the little orange button? Tap on this guy. When it pops up, just scroll a little bit. And at the bottom it says tax savings estimate call. Tap on that. If there's availability, go save your spot. So one more time, orange button, tap on this. Sabo! What's up, Chunky? Good morning. So somewhere down there, just tap on that. If you want my tax savings audiobook, I'll send that to you as well. So when you book a free tax savings call, I'll send that to you. You can start learning about tax savings, some of the things that are available to you, the different types of CPAs. Some are just tax filers, they do the bare minimum. Some are tax strategists, they do the maximum to save you on taxes. You want to find the right person. So I'll send that to you via email too. So once you save your spot for a free tax call, keep an eye out. I recommend you learn about that before your call too. It's really helpful. And then if there's no more availability, I love you. But I'll show you some other stuff you can do. All right. How do I find the opportunity zone? I'm going to show you that next. But the question was about the audiobook. Okay, I've got a free audiobook. If you want access to the free audiobook, you're going to text my phone number. Text message. Text message. Living in different states. Yeah, I'm in all 50 states. So no matter what you've got going on, if you're in the 50 states, we can probably help you. Even living in a different state and working in a different state, 100%. 100%. We can talk about that. California's going to be the toughest on you. So if you're in California, it's going to be tough. But there's some stuff we can do. Okay, so you're going to send me a text message. If you want the tax savings audiobook, my phone number is 737-510-2009. Text me the word tax. When you text my phone number, the word tax, let's try to clean up this arrow. Okay, that's as good as it's going to get. When you text me the word tax, it creates an automation, and I will automatically send you my audiobook. Cool? Same mental state, yes. Yes. Jessica, good morning. So text me if you want my tax savings audiobook for free. Text me the word tax, my phone number, 737-510-2009. 737-510-2009. Text me the word tax. I will send you my audiobook for free. I want you to learn how to understand and understand what's available to you. Okay, how do I find the opportunity zones? It's digital. It's an audiobook. You listen to it. I haven't figured out a way to have a hard copy paper book read to you, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I got some research and development we're going to do later today. I think I can get the paper to talk. You have to come on, you better talk to me. Come on. I think that's what you got to do. Anyway, here we go. How do I find the opportunity zone map? You ready? Good morning. Good morning. Let's go back to the internets. Boop, boop. And what do I search? Come here. I live with a blind person who still uses cassette tape audiobooks. That's awesome. That's awesome. Tell him I said hi. Good morning. So you go to the Googs. If you want to search for opportunity zone maps, HUD, opportunity zone map. HUD, Housing Urban Development. That's the government program. Opportunity zone map. HUD, OZ map. Cool? Cool. When you search those things, it takes you here. It says map of opportunity zones. U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. HUD.gov. Opportunity zones. We're going to go here. Boop. We open up this bad boy. And this takes us to all 50 states. Look at this. That's the United States. Good morning. Good morning, House Trader. So all 50 states is opportunity zone. You can take a capital gain event. You can invest in an opportunity zone. If you sell that opportunity zone asset after 10 years, the entire gain on that asset is tax-free. There's also huge tax savings benefit. Gorgeous, gorgeous opportunities. Beautiful, beautiful. Sarah, that's where your house is that you overlook the hill country on your couch in the morning when you drink your coffee? That's where your house is located. Is it an opportunity zone? I don't think so. Yeah, you're out here in Lago Vista area. Not opportunity zone, Sarah. It's so good. So good. Okay, so we're going to piece. We're going to grease. I've got a 10 a.m. I've got to make it to. If you didn't get a chance and you want to register for the class, I've got a free class Saturday, August 8th. If you want to be there and learn how to buy assets that produce profit, this is your last call. Doesn't matter. Love my house. I love it. I love it. So if you want to register for the class, just tippy tap tap on this guy. There's a little button in the corner. There's a class that I'm teaching for free Saturday, August 8th. It's at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern. If you want to learn how to find assets, if you want to figure out how to evaluate those assets to make sure they produce profit, and if you want to practice buying fake assets with fake money. What? So you can practice without risk, just tap on this guy. When it pops up, you can go register for the class. But there's only 200 spots in the room. So if you cannot make it Saturday, August 8th at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern, all good. Don't register. I just don't want you to reserve a spot that somebody else could have. There's only 200 spots in the room, so if you want to save your spot, go do it now. We're going to peace out. I've got a 10 a.m. call I got to be on, but we'll catch you on the flip-flop. Oh my gosh! All right, so here's what it looks like on your side, and then we're going to go, so you don't have much time to do this. When you're in the TikTok Live, just tippy tap tap on this guy. You see the little orange button in the bottom? Boop. When you tap on that, it says right here, class, how to get assets. Boop. And that's how you can register. On the next page of this, it takes you to a Zoom screen. Fill that out. That gives you the Zoom link so you can get in. That's exactly what I want to do. I need to learn how to get some assets. Jessica, let's go. Time is now, baby girl. It's go time. All right, I got to peace out, Girl Scout. I'll catch you on the flip-flop. Adios, muchachos. Did we learn something today? Was it helpful? I hope so. All right, we're going to peace. We're going to grease. We're going to vamonos. Always, let's go. I'm in. I love it. I love it. All right, I'm going to catch you on the flip side. Peace.